What's up, y'all? What's good, man? What's really good? Big time shout out to my homie Trey 57 Productions, man. Thank you so much for always being a good friend. Keeping in contact. Also, big shout out to my homeboy Crips, man. Chris, boy, you already know I fuck with you the strong way, boy. You keep me on my toes. You be calling me on a weekly basis, and I appreciate that, bro. Because I be feeling like I'm be alone a lot of times, man. And I thank you so much for your continual friendship, bro. I appreciate that. We've been good friends for about I done known you about like 4 years now, man, and I really appreciate that. Or maybe about 4 years. You know what I mean? Like I said, Trey 57, big shout out to you, big shout out to Chris, big shout out to all my subscribers, man, all my supporters, Danny P, goddamn D Boogie, everybody, man, TNT Life, Princess China, everybody, man, my boy H Paper, my brother Big Yacht, everybody, man, Killer Q, you already know what to do, man, all my family, my little sister, everybody, I love y'all. But anyway, let's get to it. I want to do this video for my boy Trey 57 about gangs, okay? We're going to talk about gangs because he called me the other day and showed me a video he wanted me to touch on. It was like an old school hip hop video where they were talking different stuff, like they were talking about Bloods and Crips and going brazy and all these little things, you know, so it was some good content on, it was some eye-opening shit that he wanted me to touch on about, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you though, bro. I haven't had time to look at that video. Your boy is booked. Your boy is busy. So let me get to it. It's not about, let's start with the origin of gangs. It's not about gangs being bad and all that. It's about who created gangs and what were they created for. Okay. Everybody knows the first gangs were those mafia people. The European people from, what do you call it? They were from like Ireland and fucking Italy and Sicily. Those Italians and them Sicilians and shit. They came there with their linguini and their fast money making ways, man. And they started down getting that money in the prohibition days when they did alcohol prohibition and all that. So those are the original gangsters, those mobsters back in the 20s, the 1910s, the 20s, and the 30s. Those rolling 20s and 30s and shit. Those are the original gangsters. The mafia, the Italian mafia, the Sicilian mafia, the European people, the white people were the original gangsters. Okay, and then that's the 30s, 20s, and all that, those rolling years, all right? So, and say around the 60s and 70s and the 50s, okay? Because gangs were not prevalent in black culture. They were not prevalent in African-American culture in no kind of way in the 50s, 40s, 30s, none of that. That only became prevalent to us around the 60s when the U.S. government, hold up, I gotta blow my nose. When the U.S. government, around the times when the segregation times, around the 60s, around the times when Jim Crow and all these things were going on. Okay, in the late 50s and early 60s, you had gangs created in the black communities. Now, before you had those gangs like Bloods and Crips, those are like the first gang, okay? Before you had the Bloods and the Crips, you had Black Panthers. All right, now, Black Panthers were created by and for black communities to protect black communities, to police black communities, because back in those days, in the 50s and the 60s, black people were target number one. They were getting their heads knocked off every which way they went. It was no safe place to be black back in those days. And even still to this day, it's not really safe to be black. It's really hard. But let's get off of that. So In those days, you had the Black Panthers who were protecting those communities, who were protecting those times. The powers that be did not like black people protecting and guarding their own neighborhoods. They could not accept this. So what they do, they took them brothers, they took some government agents, just like you have these fake rappers nowadays, these government agent rappers who are just sitting here to destroy our people. Yeah, these fake government agents like Tukey Williams and all them people now. Don't get me wrong, all my people, all my gangsters and shit like that. I'm not saying Tukey Williams was a damn government plant, but what I am saying is you had those super elite people was brought and created into Bloods and Crips. Now, the people who created Bloods and Crips is a Masonic sect. They're like a low-level Masonic group who brought the Bloods and Crips in an opposing army to fight each other, to destroy the unity that the black people was having in the times. Because, like I said, in those Black Panther days, black people were unified. They knew their right. They knew what the situation was. We knew our place in America. We didn't have no designated spot, so we was on the outside looking in, but we were on the end looking out. You get what I'm saying? We were naturalized, born here, and raised here, but we were not treated as such. We're treated like dogs, like trade, like barter, like an item, like a chicken or a cow. You treat it like cattle. You know what I mean? So they brought the Bloods and Crips in to dismantle the black communities because they don't want you to unify. That's why the feds, if you don't realize, the feds dismantled the whole Black Panther Party in the late 70s. They dismantled all of them. At the same time they dismantled the Black Panther Party, they killed Malcolm X, which was one of the only black leaders who spoke up in the right way, in the eye for an eye way, in the justice way, not the pussy Martin Luther King way, not the pussy Mahatma Gandhi way, not the pussy turn your cheek when the motherfucker spit in your face way. That's the devil. People like Martin Luther King were the devil, man. People like Martin Luther King were used against us to damn distract us from the Malcolm X's who we had, from the people who we did have, the good, positive, strong leaders that we did have, you know what I mean? So nowadays, let's bring it to the current times. We got these young brothers now we're just continuing the satanic culture that they was taught. Because I'm going to tell you, and all my gang members out there, realize this. What's most of the gang signs and symbols? Stars, 5-point stars, and pitchforks, and things of that nature. What are those things? Those are satanic things. Who has the pitchfork? The devil. Who walks around with a pitchfork? The devil does. Satan does. Think about it, bro. Stop being stupid. Who walks around with 5-point stars and shit? That's Satan. Turn that 5-point star. Turn your 5-point star upside down. And that's the devil, bro. Stop playing with yourself and stop being naive. All you brothers who are gangs and born into that shit and raised into that shit, I feel sorry for y'all. You really can't do nothing about it when you're raised into it. But all you young brothers, man, and I hope this message just reaches one young brother or, anybody, because for all you people out there thinking that you gotta join these gangs and that you gotta be accepted, bro, that shit is not the way. You can create your own clique of homeboys. You don't need to be in a gang, or if you do got a gang, create your own gang. And I'm not talking about a negative, go out there and hurt people and rob and steal and kill gang. I'm talking about something positive. You can make a gang cleanup gang where everybody wear the same colors and go outside in the neighborhood and clean up and sweep up and, you know what I mean? Make your community a better place. You don't have to feed into Satan's plan. You don't have to feed into the devil's tricks that he set out there for you. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, man. The things that the devil set up for us is set up for us to fail. Because when you out there riding on your op, when you out there sliding on your enemy, the devil's winning, bro. Because your enemy is your brother. Most times, 9 times out of 10, your enemy is your brother. And I'm talking about the same race, the same creed, the same male on male. It's bad, y'all. So while you out there sliding on your ops, hit nigga with 30s and shit, and pulling out sticks and shit, and hit niggas with dicks and shit, like a faggot and shit, please understand. Please understand that you just doing the devil's plan. Now, what happens to all my brothers once you get caught sliding? What happens once you get caught riding on your ops? Where you headed to? You headed to jail or you headed to hell? Now, I'm going to tell you something. That's the infinite. I mean, that is the ultimate plan of the devil, bro. Is to have your mind, your body, and your soul. And when you're out there killing people, he got your mind. When he out there, when you done things that your spirit can't come back from, he got your spirit. And when you're in prison, he got your body. So doing gangster shit, being a gangster, is like selling your mind, body, and soul to the devil, bro. And I'm gonna be all the way honest. It's so many of y'all young brothers out there who already sold your soul and didn't get nothing for it. Nothing. You done pretty much done unspeakable acts to your own people, your own brothers, your own sisters, your own mama in the name and behind the name of that clique and that gang, just to have nothing to show for it, just to have nobody, bro. Because once you think you got your gang, bro, when you end up in prison, them gonna be the same niggas popping your booty hole, bro. The niggas in your clique gonna sell you out for 2 honey buns in your booty hole, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Your best friend gonna be your fucking co-defendant when you're in fucking court, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The nigga who was doing the crime with you gonna be the one snitching on you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Stop playing with yourself, man. That gang shit is for the birds, bro. That shit was created by Satan, bro, to destroy us, man. So all you young brothers out there who got riding and who got tats and got tribal, got marked, and you know what I'm saying, marked in the name of your clique or your gang or whatever, man. Denounce that shit, bro. Let that shit go. And tell your OG, boy, you want out so you can do better. Tell your OG you want out. Or don't tell them nothing. Just get out your fucking small ass neighborhood and get from around them people and go somewhere where nobody knows you and restart, bro. Because you don't have to be in the same block every day. You don't have to be on the same block every day, bro. There's no reason. There's no reason you gotta be on the same block. There's no reason you gotta be in the same neighborhood your whole life. Stop thinking so small and grow your mind and goddamn do something better. Have a family, start a family and raise them, bro. That's the best thing you could do in this world. Start a business. You know what I mean? Let's grow up, y'all. I love y'all, man. That gang shit. And one last fact about gangs, bro. The reason why it's red and it's blue, the reason why it's red and why it's blue, that's the Republicans and that's the Democrats, bro. That's the red bloods versus the blue bloods. It's the ultimate opposing force. It's the Democrats and Republicans. What are the Democrats and Republicans? Red and blue. Every time your president or the vice president step out, they got a blue collar on or a red collar on, or tie on. Red or blue tie on. Pay attention to this shit. This is red. This is gang shit. And then I'm going to tell you one more thing. I was watching the Mike Tyson documentary, Tyson said it. Boxing is just the government having the red corner and the blue corner fight for an agreement. Say I wanted Wisconsin. I run everything. We run all this shit. So I wanted Wisconsin to damn pass this law so I can damn get more labor slaves in this town. I need them to pass this law for me. They don't want to pass the law because the people that it's going to bring into their town is going to bring the value of their town down. It's going to replace their citizens' value. So I have my fighter fight his fighter in the ring, and whoever wins, that's what's going on. If my boy knock your boy out, we going with it, and you let my labor slaves in. If your boy knock my boy out with it, it's over, and you get to keep your land. Man, it's your motherfucking boy Big Bayday, man. Think bigger, man. It's your boy Big Bayday, man. It's the Real Talk Real Shit podcast, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Share this shit, man. It's the realest shit on the motherfucking YouTube, bro. On God, bro.